So implementation for us at Noremarsh was a very rapid journey. We recognised that we needed to do something with more structure to our curriculum. We looked at what other schools locally were doing, and we settled on Literacy Tree because the books are absolutely amazing, and I am very passionate about text, and they were great. So we spoke to Literacy Tree and were able to book an inset for about 3 weeks after we decided to go with Literacy Tree. And we had the inset one day, which we built planning time into, and from the very next day the teachers were teaching the writing routes across the whole school. The staff, I think prior to doing this, were quite set in, this is the text that we do at this time and we do it in this way. It's this genre is what we're covering this term or in these 3 weeks. And so seeing the confidence grow in our teaching team, I mean, Sian, one of our cover supervisors, she did English as a degree, and she is so passionate about Literacy Tree because she sees the outcomes that you're achieving with them. She's not trained as a teacher, and yet she'll pick up any unit that you give her and confidently teach it in the class. And that's phenomenal. That's really powerful.
I think as well with it is not PowerPoint heavy. So I think like you're saying, liking that structure of, right, this is how it's going to look and these are my PowerPoints, trying to get them to understand that flip chart is the post-it notes and the sentence strips, seeing their confidence using those now when I know how they felt at the start, now seeing that how confident they are to just pick it up and take a post-it note or and use flip charts, I think that's been quite a nice change.
And fitting in with our teaching and learning, I think seeing how their pedagogy develops, seeing how confident they are at modelling and narrating their thought process and stepping away from the PowerPoints gives them that confidence to do those things that we would be focusing on in other subjects as well. Because the modelling is such a heavy feature of that there's that consistent model of high quality writing. So we all do it differently. So I'm a much more experienced, more confident teacher, and I don't necessarily have the model there. Whereas I know some of the ECTs will have the models that are in the planning up there ready on one of their other screens. So they're writing this piece of writing from the model in the planning. So there's that consistency that we're all modelling, we're all narrating our thought process, but we're all at different stages in our career as well, and I think that's a beautiful balance. I mean, the engagement's phenomenal. I just taught a year 6 unit for the 3 Little Pigs, set up a classroom like it had for the Hook, like it had been trashed, and we're upstairs. So said to them that the caretaker had said that someone had come and it looked like, from his perspective, someone had huffed and puffed and blown that window right in, and they were so amused by it initially. And then I was saying, no, hang on. We have to think about, do we have all of the information? Do we know that something huffed and puffed? Do you think you know what happened? And just then getting year 6s, who at this point in the year can be quite tricky, to suspend their disbelief and go, actually, I'm going to engage with Mrs. MacMeekin. She's being a bit silly, but we're going to get on board with this. And the writing that they've produced as a result has been phenomenal. The language that they're using, the courtroom language that they hadn't come across before, that we've unpicked in so much detail, that they're now just embedding across all of their pieces of writing in that unit is absolutely phenomenal. And you see it in their finished, their assessment books, which is where their planned published work goes, but you also see it in those unplanned published in the moment. I'm just writing this, so you've taught me how to do this, but you've modelled this bit, I've been inspired by this bit of writing, by this bit of input, and then the writing they produce is astounding. It's really impressive.
I think as well, when you do the sort of the instant publishing as well, specifically, they using things like their own post-it notes, just writing on a post-it note, they're like, this is the most fun ever. They have their own sentence strips and luggage tags and all of the things that the Literacy Tree brings in. It's all about purpose. So it's all about everything they're doing, there's a reason for it. They know that they're doing it for this. They know that, if we're writing a letter, it's on letter paper, it's on headed paper, there's a reason, it's got status, and they love it. The amount of times where I'm like, I've got to finish soon, and they're like, oh, give us 10 more minutes to finish the writing.